Hello, I'm Robert, and you're welcome here in my busy little shop. On today's episode of What's on My Workbench, I thought I would put out a little bit of a recap of the Artisan show that I just finished. Today, after church, I've spent time kind of reorganizing. You think I'd be better about it when it's time to box up, but at the end of the day, it seems like I just fill boxes and I bring it back and I go through it, which probably wasn't a horrible thing. The event was held on soccer fields, and they had just mowed the soccer fields. I think it'd been better if they hadn't mowed them, but they had mowed them, so there was a lot more dust and such. So I had to wipe a few things down, clean it, organize it, and then put it away in a manner that I know it's ready when I pull it out at my next show, which I think the next one I'll do, unless something pops up that I'm excited to jump on, it'll be Memorial Day will be the next opportunity for me to sell things. But I see a lot of conversation, and I understand where it comes from. There's people that talk about going to craft shows, and if you've watched the channel long enough, when I'm in Colorado, I call it an artisan show because the people that are there, there's people that have acrylics and oils. There's a lady there that sews bags and totes out of fabric. There's people that, there's a potter there. She does beautiful pottery work. The gentleman makes bat boxes and bird boxes. So to me, it's not the craft fair type thing. So I'm not saying that you can't be successful at craft fairs. I think you can. But what you may end up with is a lot of people to walk through that aren't interested because maybe they're not looking to invest that type of money. I try not to classify someone as, that's not a customer that would buy a bag or a tote or a belt, because you never know, what someone wants to buy. But I picked this one because it was a car show, and I wasn't competing with, knitted goods and that type of thing. Matter of fact, there was no one else there selling anything like I was. And but I thought maybe, we're here in Arizona. It was a car show. It was put on by the Corvette Club. There was somewhere between 80 and 100 cars there. So a lot of people milling around. And you just never know when you find someone that would be interested in it. So someone asked how I did, and I'll come straight out and tell you how I did. I think it was a good show. I had set goals of what I think is a good show before I go. I think that's good so that when you reach that, then you feel satisfied with that. But I had hoped to sell 5 belts, and I said it would be a great show if I could sell 10 belts. Now I know that's not a bunch. The vendor booth was $25, and it's 1.5 miles from the house. So my time invested was fairly small. It gave me a chance to go through all my stuff and see how it is. I sold 2 totes, and this is one of them that I sold. The lady that bought it asked if I would put a closure flap on here. So she's already paid for it, but I went ahead and did that. I have to get that delivered to her. She lives a couple miles away. I sold 2 or 3 of the minimalist wallets. Like I said, I sold the 5 belts. 2 of them I have to make. 3 of them are off the rack, that's good for me. I like to have orders for some belts. It gives me something to do besides beating around looking for nice sheaths and stuff to make. And a couple of journals, not my basket weave journal, but what I call just my regular journal, which is made from the SB Foot, and it's small. They're I think 4x9 is the size of the journal. So overall, it was good. I spoke to a lot of people. There are a lot of people there that showed interest in it, and I realized a lot of times, you don't get a follow-up call like, oh, I'll be calling to order one. If I get 1 or 2 more belts ordered out of that, then that would be great. But what I've found is that next year I'll do that same show, and there'll be people there that will see me there, and I know I'll sell some belts and other leather goods based off the fact that they've seen me before. It's also here in the area of Phoenix that I live, and I'm working to try to get a little bit of a foothold of, a specialty thing. So I'm not interested in, developing a big website, at least not now. And I don't have a storefront anywhere. So whenever I can get word of mouth, that's the best, because they're already somewhat sold on it. You know, their friend Bill says he got a belt, he likes how the belt looks, and it makes the sales process easier. And you already have an in on the trust level of that. So let me think if there's anything else. Yeah, I'm just, like I said, just reorganizing of that, getting ready for the week ahead of me. I've continued on working on the journals that I've been talking about. I know it sounds like I'm stringing this along forever, but I'll have that video finished on Friday, so it'll be ready for Saturday, and I guess that's it. I just wanted to get a short note out. I had a lot of well wishes. I really appreciate that. The comments of support, you know, are important. And if you've got any questions, jot them down. Probably not next weekend, but one of these coming weekends here, I'll do a live stream. So put comments or questions in here, and I'll write them down, and we can talk about those. And let me know your experiences with what I call a craft show, or do you find what I refer to as more of an artisan show where people, they're expecting to find, you know, things that are made at maybe a higher quality. That's enough for today. I appreciate you taking time to watch my video. Please like, share, and subscribe. But more importantly, I do hope you have a great day.